What's up, BF fam? This is Big Tone coming at you again with another video from Beats and Feast. Hey, we're gonna do a dish today that is old school. This comes from my mom and my dad. We call this small bones and sauerkraut, but I'm gonna add potatoes and carrots just to make it a whole meal. But I think nowadays they call these riblets. But in any case, before we get started, you know how I get down. Let's go down to the bottom, like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll get this started in just a moment. All right, guys, so we're back here. I'm going to introduce you to my supporting cast of everything that I'm using here. But in any case, we're going to be starting with my Himalayan sea salt, as you guys know I always use, or at least I try to. It's rather expensive, so I try to get this. And then I have my Lawry's. And then I have, this is a new seasoning I picked up today, actually. This is called soul food seasoning. I'm assuming this is almost like Lawry's, just probably with a little bit extra to it. And then black pepper, of course. I'm going to be using a little bit of jalapeno and a little bit of green onions in this. And then here's the sauerkraut. And then I got a little bit of beef broth here, okay? And I'm going to be putting 1 onion into this as well. Potatoes and carrots, I'll show you a little bit later. But we're going to get this started here. And now, if you guys don't know, this is what we call the small bone. Actually, this is now what they call the riblet. It's really just an end piece of where they took from butchering, like for spare ribs. But we call it small bones. Some people call it riblets. That's what you'll see it in the store as. But in any case, we're going to season these up and we're going to sear them off, okay? So first I'm just going to start with my Himalayan sea salt. Just give it a little dusting of sea salt on one side here. And then I'm going to do my black pepper. And if you guys ever wonder why you see chefs always season their food up high, it's just to give a better even coat of what they're doing. It's not because they're trying to show off or anything. It's just to give a little better coating or even coat. Then I'm going to add this soul food seasoning. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of that on because I'm adding Lawry's as well. And we got our good old friend Lawry's. I saw this at the store today. Actually, I didn't pick up Lawry's today, but I did pick it up, but you're not seeing the actual Lawry's I'm using. But I saw this, the big bottles of this, 2 for $7 at the store. So I went ahead and got some. So now we're just going to simply flip these over, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. All right, I'll be back in just a moment. All right, guys, as you can see, I've already seasoned the other side here. So all we're going to do with these, we're going to sear these off, okay? So we're going to simply we're going to coat these with flour, just regular simple flour. Let me turn on my little Copper Chef Pro here. As you guys know, I use that a lot of the times. And again, if you guys from Copper Chef Pro are listening, send me another piece of equipment. I really need it. And we'll be okay. All right, guys, so we're just going to put my riblets, or small bones, into this bag of flour. Just regular all-purpose flour. Discard that. And I'm just going to simply shake them up here. Just to give a nice even coat on all of them. Let me get rid of some of this flour here. All right, guys, and I'll be back. I'll show me putting them into the pot here, searing them off. Guys, so I'm just going to put these in the pan, just sear them on high here. And I'm going to get them nice and golden brown on both sides. Try to make room for my last one here. Let me try it like this. It's a little better. All right, guys, so we're going to sear this off. It's probably going to take me about 5 or 10 minutes. We're going to get them nice and golden brown on both sides. They're going to end up looking like this. All right. And we'll be back in a moment. Hey, guys, so we're back. We're done with the searing process. And as you can see, they're nice and golden brown. So they're not by any means done, but they are nice and golden brown. So once you get them in, I have a little 13 by 9 Pyrex dish here. I'm going to set these aside for just a second so I can cut up my onion. I'm going to add 1 onion just on top of these. Then I'm also going to add that jalapeno that I was talking about. On the onion, you're just going to do a coarse chop. Nothing big, because these are just going to melt down to nothing, basically. But that is all flavoring. And then I'm going to add the jalapeno, as I said. And then the potatoes and carrots. So this is a really easy dish. And I mean, it feeds everybody, and it's not a lot of money. Pork riblets are, I don't know how much they are per pound for 1 package. I probably spent $5 or something like that. So I'm gonna basically cut this jalapeno. I'm leaving seeds and stems and everything in it, just because I want to get a little bit of heat on it. And those will cook down. Let me bring this back in the picture for you. All right, and then we're gonna add a little bit of scallions here on top. All right, the next thing we're gonna add, because the carrot is the hardest root vegetable of what I'm using, I'm gonna put that next in here. Just scatter them around here. And I never, ever, ever use, unless I'm in a rush, but I never use those pre-cut carrots at the store. Yeah, it takes a little bit more time to peel the carrots and cut them up, but they retain all their flavor. Those pre-cut carrots, to me, have no flavor whatsoever. I think that all comes from my mom being a chef and always cooking at home. It wasn't a matter of, it wasn't a time thing for them during that time period. It was just a matter of making something good for your family. So, being fast and all that wasn't really all that important. So the next thing I'm going to add is a little bit of beef broth here. This is only just to keep them moist. All right, so we're just going to add about a cup of this. Maybe a cup and a half. Don't judge me. And that's just so the bottom is nice and moist here. The last component that we're going to add to this, well, the last ingredient, I should say, it is going to be the sauerkraut here. So we're just going to place the sauerkraut over the top here, if I can get it out of the jar. There we go. Get as much as I can. Sauerkraut's expensive. And we're just going to evenly spread this over the top here. And so you can see it makes a pretty nice full meal. This is a 1-pan meal. Now this is going to go in the oven. This is going to go in the oven for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I am going to add a little bit of salt over the top, because I always say season your vegetables. And a little bit of pepper. All right, guys, so here we go. Small bone sauerkraut, potatoes and carrots. Easy meal for your family. I'm going to put this in the oven at 350 for about an hour and a half and maybe 2 hours. I'll check the meat and see how tender it is. I'm going to cover this as well. So I'm going to cover this with aluminum foil. I'm just going to make a tent. And again, it's going to go in the oven for 350 for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And we'll have a nice meal. But I will be back when it gets done, okay? All right, BF fam, this is another perfection on the plate. This takes me back to one of those winter nights when my mom would make a 1-dish meal with potatoes, carrots, sauerkraut, small bones, riblets, as you guys call them today. But anyway, no, I don't think you guys understand. This is tender as heck. Look at this. I can rip into it. I don't need a knife, nothing. This is totally tender. But, man, it's perfection on the plate. It tastes good. It's all seasoned great. But anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the video. And go ahead and share it. It really motivates me to keep doing these videos. But this is Big Tone signing off. Peace.